I said, according to the title, it's going to be body cam videos, but I'm going to throw in maybe a courtroom video or two because I follow Old Squishy Gardner's court watch, and some of these cases that he features are pretty funny. Got a lot of entitled people and things of that nature, if you know what I'm talking about. If you're familiar with that kind of content. I think he's the only creator that really focuses on court kind of videos. Like, it's kind of like the YouTube version of A&E's Court Cam, which I've thought about reacting to, but I don't really. I don't know about that because of copyright. They're really tough about that, apparently. So, let's get going. Entitled Mega Karen held in contempt in crazy hearing. Oh, that title makes me want to click so bad. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna click on it. There we go.
We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in an open space.
The
That
incredulous
commercial.
behavior that you've exhibited by recording these.
Do not dare say that
Again,
to me.
you are interrupting me once again.
Your Honor, she just gave
Once
me
again.
looking at the screen.
Hold on, right now, don't interrupt my record. Do not interrupt the record right now. Both of you, please stop.
She said that she's seen your picture as part of a swingers club.
I
While we
never
were
said
standing-
that. See how, listen, this might be laughable, but I will admit what I said. I had no.
All right, so we are on record in the matter of William Branson versus Heather Collins, 2402269. And counsel?
Good afternoon.
Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Highly Deborah bringing half Mr. Collins, Mr. Branson, who sits to my left.
Okay. And ma'am, your name, please.
Heather Collins.
Okay. So today is the date for the bench trial in this matter. Let me swear both your client in as well as Ms. Collins. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna see if we can do this a little bit less formally to see where we get. So sir, please raise your right hand. Yeah, thank you. Do you both solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I wanted to state one thing is that my court officer informed me that he.
That was a
knows
lot to cut
my
out.
Counsel. I didn't inquire as to how he knows him, but I will say that I don't know that I don't believe that affects my ability to be unbiased, but I wouldn't have placed that on the record in case anybody had any questions that they wanted to ask,
back
or
right,
if they wanted
termination,
this court to
Tennessee.
disqualify
Woo.
itself.
It sounds like it's gonna be crazy.
If I might want this to be brought down to Wayne County,
Well, it wouldn't be Wayne County, it would be another district court.
then yes, it might be. If it's not gonna be dismissed off of the motion to dismiss, then I do want it brought to a different court.
Okay, on what basis, ma'am?
I already know he's told me in the past that he has the judge in his pocket and the police officers in his pocket. I have a box of text messages saying that to me.
Okay, so let me just clarify one thing. Sir, do I know you?
No, ma'am.
He's been in front of you many of times, and I have
Hold on,
records to show that.
ma'am, hold
Yes.
on just one moment. You made an allegation, so I want to clarify that for the record, because I don't know that I know Mr. Branson.
Yes.
Sir, have you been in front of the court before?
No, ma'am.
Yes, I'm gonna say 20-some years ago.
So it would not have been in front of me.
No.
It was not in front of me.
When you were a member of the city council,
Was I a member of the city council?
you signed off papers on him to do side work, and he actually submitted that, and you were the one who signed off for him to do property work on his house.
Property work
Yes, he actually
Yep,
submitted that
it's
as
2 and
one
1.
of the evidence.
that I signed off for him to do
Yes.
maintenance on his.
Yes, Your Honor. I have copies of the paperwork.
Okay, let me take a look at that paperwork, because, I mean, if I
Yeah, I'm just starting to get the Karen vibes. So I'm not doing too
How
bad.
do you know my court officer?
A longtime family friend from years ago, I haven't had any
Let's see, the
relation.
Santo right there.
15.
Okay, so you know who each other, you know who each one is, but you haven't had any communication in the last 15 years?
No, easy, yeah, no.
If you go to his filing that he submitted himself, okay,
ma'am,
I'm just saying.
Please stop, just one moment, okay? All right. Okay, so ma'am, This is a zoning board of appeals and adjustment. I do not sit on this board. This is my husband who sits on this board.
Okay,
And I can 100% tell you that we do not discuss anything
okay,
that he does here. This is definitely not me.
okay,
I've never
Yeah.
sat on a board, a zoning and appeals board.
okay.
And this is from 2009, so I can tell you 100% that whatever this would have been, I have no idea. And I will also state that member DeSanto abstained. There were two members one that abstained, one that was absent.
Trying to see
So
which one
I
is
don't know
token. I think it's
why he would have abstained, I have no idea, but I can tell you that I did not sign off on anything.
Your Honor, I'm just going off of what he used to tell me, and in the text messages I have, where he said I have the judge in my back pocket.
Okay,
Your Honor, again,
let me,
that's simple.
hold on, let me-
Mamma Mia
let me
is
clarify
right.
something. Sir, do you know my husband?
Personally, no.
Okay, so ma'am, I will tell you right now. I do
This is
not
crazy.
know, I do not know Mr. Branson,
Okay,
and
yes, okay.
so do you have any issues with this court continuing?
Not at this moment.
This 7-second trick helped me at the age of 62 eliminate type 2 and toss out my insulin. If I were to die tomorrow, I would want every
Blah
diabetic.
blah 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 blah
including
blah
you,
blah.
Okay, well, I would say that, that if something different comes up and it's shown that somehow I know Mr. Branson or somehow, then perhaps we can revisit it, but moving, but at this point, I find that I can be
Okay,
unbiased.
thank you.
And I don't know Mr. Branson, and Mr. Branson knows, my court officer, but they haven't had contact for at least 15 years.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So,
I appreciate that, Your Honor, for you being honest.
okay, so let me, and I will also say too, in smaller towns, right, you're gonna have that cross, right, that.
Oh, those
crossing
two
and
are
such,
two
but,
different angles for the judge.
You know, as I learned in your judge school.
My
that
crazy
you're-
self thought it was
when
two
judges are
judges.
elected to serve,
Why would they have
you
two
know, they
judges?
have to
That's
sit and reside in the
doesn't
community
make any
that they serve,
sense.
And so sometimes there's
But
going to
it's
be people that they know.
different
so it all
angles.
Has to be disclosed on the record.
May I just be frank a moment? I'm just scared because in my text messages, since I've lived there, he has said he has police officers in his pocket. He has a judge in his pocket. That is
We
just-
get it. This is at least the fourth time you said that. She just doesn't give up. No, she doesn't.
Two full boxes that I've printed out.
Okay, I'd like to see that, I'd like to see the message that's.
I will have to find them, but.
Okay, I'll give you a moment, go
The
ahead.
pack mule.
Terry, can you put
I don't know if it's in these. I can pull them up off my phone too. If it's not in the ones I printed off here, it might be in the ones that I gave you.
Okay, you said gave me, you mean
Yes.
in your filing that, the motion?
Yeah, I didn't print off all, the entire text chain, but the police also have them too. Because we found out he wasn't a police officer. That he's never been a police officer, that he's told me, but we could continue, that's not, neither here nor there, I
Actually,
said,
no, Your Honor, she said she just represented under oath to the court. She made a statement, an affirmative statement about,
I just wish she
You
could.
can't, ma'am, you can't interrupt. Okay,
Thank you.
just one moment.
at this point in time, Your Honor, she's sworn under oath, and you've asked her for those documents, now she's backing away from it.
Oh, no, no, we're not stopping, I need those, I wanna see.
Okay,
that.
I'm trying to find them right now, I have stage 4 cancer and I had a surgery, Your Honor, I'm saying if I don't have them here, then they're on my phone.
Okay,
I would like time.
Exactly. I would not be doing this if I was that sick.
I have over 1,000 pages here, I'm just
Okay,
saying,
then do you have your phone with you?
yes.
Okay, pull up your phone, and then on your text messages, when you pull it
May I
up.
sit down a moment? while I do this?
Absolutely,
Thank
you
you.
can do a search, absolutely.
Thank you.
You can do a search for the name Pocket, or search.
I don't know
for
how
Pocket.
to do all that, ma'am. I have
She's
a
so
2010
disorganized.
iPhone 10.
Actually, you can just go to your text messages, you can hit search, and you can just type in a word. and
Yep.
it'll Pull up all the text messages.
I could probably even do that on my
Because he has gotten
on
into
my
phone,
iPhone.
Your Honor.
or my old
The police
iPhone
have-
rather.
I have a police case against him right
Hold on,
now.
yeah, right now I'm not worried about that, I wanna know what that says.
He's been editing my phone, Your Honor, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Ma'am, please just take a minute, or 2, or 5, and look for that, please.
I will. But I'm just saying, I was
I don't,
thinking motion to
with
dismiss.
no more commentary, with no more commentary.
My motion to dismiss doesn't mean anything.
I said no more commentary. I haven't gotten that far yet. You've made an allegation, and I want to see what that message is. And did you do a search?
Yeah, these are crazy, crazy allegations.
It won't let me do a search. So I have to look through the entire text feed.
Do you know what month it was that he stated that to you?
When I first moved in,
Which was when?
back in June.
Okay, so
That's
just
why
going
we-
back to June?
Yeah, that's why I've been terrified living there.
Okay, ma'am, I didn't ask for all that. I'm just asking if you went back to June.
Yes, I'm all the way at the beginning of the text read. That's why I said we can move on. I'm fine.
No, ma'am, we're not moving on until I see that. Did you find it yet, ma'am?
No, man, I'm still looking through all his comments he was sending me. Mayor, there's honestly gonna be a moment. I honestly am not trying to lie to this court. It was said to me.
You made an allegation, and it's on the record, and so I would like
It is on the
to.
record because it was
Ma'am,
said.
ma'am, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm not gonna have the continued interruptions. You made the comment on the record, the allegation on the record, so I want to address that on the record. That is what I'm saying. Because I can assure you that in the event anything like that was said, this court's not in the back pocket of anybody. I don't even know the plaintiff, as was already established. Okay, well, while you're still looking for that, I'm going to ask a few questions. Ma'am, you have been residing in the home since June, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And what is?
Those
the
guys are
tribal
sitting
issue
there
now?
like, she's crazy.
And counsel, what is the tribal issue that we have?
Your Honor, there is a tribal issue. There was a $500 balance in November.
Oh, November, okay, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
$500 partial paid with a $1,000 balance in November.
That's
You said
right.
December and January and February have not been paid?
Have not been paid, but I verified earlier today, per the court's order, she had made $5,500 deposit into the escrow.
So then the only thing that you were looking for was the rent that was not paid.
Correct.
And so,
And
And
utilities.
utilities.
well, hold on,
on.
that's not on the complaint. On the complaint, it says $625, and it says late fees. So, and you're withdrawing your late fees.
Correct.
Okay, so it doesn't have any other allegation in here.
I might be able to do that one. I don't know if I'll be able to do that one tonight, but I could probably do
The unpaid
that one
rent.
another
That's correct, Your
time.
Honor. We will withdraw the allegations regarding the utilities. So the only thing we're seeking, in fact, are the rent, just the rent.
Okay, now, December and $1,500, so that's $5,500, so $5,500 is due and owing. And Ms. Collins has deposited $5,500 in escrow.
Correct.
So, once your client gets that, rent's paid in full.
That's correct.
Okay, so Ms. Collins, you filed two motions, so I was actually asking those questions because I wanted to know,
Sometimes I'll stream it to
what the issues
to
are.
Twitch or to Rumble or
So
other
you
platforms
filed
like that
A
too.
motion to dismiss and an amended motion to dismiss, and then you've also filed the motion to suppress the exhibit list. Now, I will note that,
And sometimes
this
I'll
matter
keep
was
them.
scheduled for
Sometimes
today,
I'll
and that these
I'll
show
have
these
them
were filed
uploaded
on one was filed January 31st.
to YouTube as regular videos too. Sometimes if they get a few views, then if they're
If a
like
man
getting
really
0
hated
views and
ads,
stuff,
here's
I
what
don't
he would
really
do.
keep them.
Day one,
But
he would
the
install
ones
Pi
that
on his
get
computer without spending a
pretty
dime
decent
because
amount of views, I usually keep. At least for a little while.
Those weren't filed timely to be heard today with the court, because there needs to be,
Because I heard
proper
something
notice,
about if you
whether not only to the court.
keep
but
videos
also
with
to
low-
Mr. Dodd.
really low views on
Yeah.
your channel, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You got
It
I'm sorry.
kind of
And
keeps your
so,
content out of the algorithm or
when
something
you
like
made the
that.
comment, ma'am,
And I
ma'am,
kinda
that your
want-
motion
kinda wanted to
your
try-
motion must not mean anything.
Try deleting all
That's
my
not
lower
accurate.
count,
We can
lower
set
view
it for a
count
motion
videos.
hearing later on, as far, it has to be filed at least 7 to 10 days prior to the hearing, depending on how it's being filed, okay? So, but it appears as though the rent has been paid in full, so what is the issue?
Your Honor, he doesn't have a certificate of compliance by law. And law, he cannot collect rent there.
Okay,
And the reason he doesn't have it, Your Honor, is because he's attempted to obtain it over the past few months.
hold on, I'm gonna get to you, ma'am.
We went back and forth. In order for it to be scheduled, you've got to be able to specify time and date for the inspection to occur.
Okay,
She's refused
Oh.
to allow the inspections to occur. This issue of certificate of occupancy has never been raised before until after the eviction's begun. And as such, it's sort of a mood issue. Notwithstanding that.
Yeah, I'll
the
probably
law,
keep this one
unlike
though,
what she claims, does allow. the
and a
rent
few
to be
others.
collected. And it's a question of fact for the court, whether or not the place is habitable. The issue of rent abatement is related directly to habitability.
Hold on, just a moment. I'm not necessarily talking about abatement.
Yes,
But I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, if somebody has a temporary C of O, they can collect rent. If they don't have a C of O, they cannot collect rent, is what I recall. Nevertheless, ma'am, has there been attempts, and this is a yes or no answer, have there been attempts to schedule an inspection with the City of Wyandotte Building Department?
No,
Okay. Mr. Branson, do you have any communication from the City of Wyandotte that has attempted to schedule an inspection?
Yeah, the ones I deleted, I don't have a
I
copy
do
of them,
not
so
need
they're
any
permanently
comments,
gone.
I'm talking
Now,
to
sometimes
you.
when it comes to shorter form videos, because I tend to have more room for those on my phone, and so it's easier to deal with that. I'll delete it after I save a copy to my phone, and then I might re-upload later on.
When's a good time to get in?
Okay,
Yes.
pause on that. Who has proof of those communication? I'm gonna guess you do, since you have 2 boxes of text messages, correct? Okay, I'd like to see the communication between you and Mr. Branson regarding scheduling for the
Your
inspection.
Honor, I have something better.
Hold on, first I wanna see those text messages.
He never went to the city back in December.
Yeah, first let me just see the text messages, please.
I can show you my phone.
No, you said you printed them off.
Yeah.
Okay,
I said if somebody was in my house, he could come over. He then never wanted to come over.
yeah, right now I just wanna see the text messages, please.
But it wasn't for the city, never once for the city.
Ma'am, please.
Your Honor, while she's researching it, may I add something about the law?
No,
Oh,
just a
wait.
moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, these are out of order, the December ones are not.
Okay, is it on your phone?
Yes, I'm gonna pull them up. December 23rd, he
Okay,
said,
no, I'll take a look at your phone, please. You can show counsel and then,
Nope.
counsel, I'm gonna look at that.
Good for that judge.
Your Honor, I'd like to see the before and after conversation.
Okay, well, first I want you to look at the December 23rd.
Mhm.
So, ma'am, if you can show Mr. Dagger the December 23rd message.
this is from him.
This is from him, okay. Can I see the prior message, please?
This is from him on the 23rd.
Can I see the prior message?
This is from him on the 20, okay.
First, no, stop. I'm not gonna have you arguing. I said right now, just the 23rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then counsel, I'll review that and then I'll move from there.
So this is your message, ma'am?
No, this is your message from your
So this is
person.
my client's message.
Yes.
Thank you. You're showing me what you want to show me.
No, I'm not.
Counsel, listen, I'm telling both of you right now.
I'm showing
Right now, right, stop.
That
Right
judge
now,
has had
I
it.
just Show the 23rd, right there, that one message. And then I'm going to go from there, counsel. I'm
Judge is
very
gonna be
familiar
wiped out
with
tonight. That
messages
is-
that are
that's
deleted,
correct.
Not deleted, there's things that go before and after. So right now, I just want to look at the 23rd that she found, and then I will go from there. I don't need any more commentary. Counsel, did you look at the 23rd?
Your Honor.
I'm still showing him the date, the ones on the 23rd.
No, just the one. How many are there?
Well, there's my responses back to what he sent me
Hold on.
about that message.
I read my client's response, Your Honor.
No, that's all, I'm sending him the one he sent me about the inspection.
Okay, that's
And
what I
my
want to see.
response.
Let me see the 23rd.
And then I'm gonna show my response.
After
to
that,
this.
after I look at this one, then you can show the response.
Absolutely, like, subscribe to this channel
A
as
new
well as
year
mine.
and a new adventure with the perfect
And all
Chevy to
the-
take you anywhere with pure power unleashed and future forward tech.
Alright, let me skip that.
That's the first time you ever
There's the
brought
soft
it
I
up.
don't need any
six.
more talking right now, please. On December 23rd, 24, we will change the filters during the city inspection that is scheduled for January. Time will be determined by the city, business hours is in parentheses. There will be 4 inspectors plus myself and must
This is
have
like an
access
hour
to
or
all
something
remaining
long.
storage spaces, i.e. closets and pantries. We are sorry for the inconvenience and have a happy holidays. Now, I'm going to scroll down, I'm gonna read the message right before that, which that's in green, so that is from Ms. Collins. Obviously, there would be a penalty because you're not willing to give me my security, so don't act like you're trying to be someone nice when you're not. Why are you bringing an officer into this when I told you I'm going to be having someone here? So stop it now. If you want to fight with someone, continue it with your wife. Leave me alone today. Prior to that is from your client. There's a matter of 4 messages. We won't be coming into the office yet here, and then next one, officer with an asterisk. I'll be testing the locks to ensure they work properly. I don't understand, this is such a horrible environment, why you wouldn't want to leave, especially with the accusations you've made. We are willing to break your lease, no penalty. Prior to that one, this is from Ms. Collins. No offer needed, I have someone coming. I'm not resending a list I sent a million times, as I stated before. You said you saved all your messages, re-look through them. I'm not playing your games, I'm not sending another text message to you. I need to save my
That's
time.
true.
I'm not sending
That
another
is
text message to
true.
you again. I will see you on Monday at 6:30, goodbye. Do not come a second earlier, I will call the cops breaking in. Really? And
He
it's
comes in
6:30,
whenever he
don't
wants
ever-
to. I'm
stop.
sorry.
And it's 6:30
And the worst thing you
p.m.
could do if you don't like someone, they give you a hard time and everything, is
Prior to that,
you
and that
probably
was
don't want to
response
be
the
around
message
them if you can help
from
it.
your client. Actually, I'm gonna go 2 back, I'm gonna go a few back. Okay, starting December 21st. Good morning, is there any this is from your client, counsel.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any possible way we can meet a mutual agreement that we can get into the house and change the furnace filter? Start up the humidifier on the furnace, change washing machine discharge filter, and check the GFI, the kitchen. No arguments, we don't even need to have a conversation. I just need to make sure everything is operating properly so you don't have a breakdown when it gets colder. Kate and I will be coming in together so we can get out of your hair faster. I would like to do it either tomorrow or Monday evening after 4. Also, has the bathroom sink filter been cleaned? And Ms. Collins responds, it won't be until after 6:30 on Monday when I have someone with me. And the bathroom breaker needs to be fixed as well. If you're not willing to fix everything, then don't fix anything, clean and simple. There's more than just a problem on your list that needs to be done. And Mr. Branson responds, we will be there 6:30 on Monday, thank you. I'll bring a GFI to replace if needed. And Ms. Collins responds, I said, only if I find someone to be here with me, please don't misread that. No, ma'am, you said when you have someone with you. Let me clarify. You said when you have some, that's in your message. And then Mr. Branson says, please read your lease, thank you. And then Ms. Collins says, I will not be alone on this place with either one of you. I don't care, I feel unsafe and my life is more important, facts. Mr. Branson responds, them, you are refusing, correct? I'm giving you 48 hours notice for the record. Ms. Collins responds, I have you on tape saying you don't care if I feel unsafe. Conversation done, you are not allowed in unless someone is in here with me, so no, do not come in. To which your client responds, then have someone there with you. This is your written 48-hour notice. Ms. Collins responds, no, in all caps. Mr. Branson responds, thank you. Ms. Collins says, call the cops, I don't care anymore, in all caps. Mr. Branson says, all I needed. Ms. Collins says, I will put my safety before you, plain and simple. I feel unsafe around you. I feel in danger around you. The words I have on tape that you said that came out of your mouth is all I need. Okay, and then there's some allegations that I'm not going to read into the record because I don't know what basis that is or not. And then.
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Branson
Must be
states that
juicy.
Monday to get combinations done. Ms. Collins says, plus some of the stuff I paid ready to get fixed because you refuse to fix them that I've asked for months. Mr. Branson says, send me proof in a bill. Ms. Collins says, I will have every door locked. You will not be coming in at 6:30. Mr. Branson responds, I have keys. Ms. Collins states, just like you not sending me proof of bills, I don't need to send you anything. I will be seeing you in court. This will be my last message to you. Mr. Branson says, by law you do. I will be there with my key at 6:30. Just so you know, in your safety, I requested a civil standby with line out police at 6:30 on Monday. An officer will witness everything. Please send me a list of everything needed to be addressed and repaired so we can inspect and address. Also, bills for said repairs so we can inspect and address. Thank you. And then that's when the message that she said she's not resending a list a million times that she sent that. Wow, so you're watching my every move. This is from Miss Collins. Why should you watch everything I do? That is beyond so creepy. I purposely only throw all my trash on Mondays ever since you told me you go through my trash way back the first month I moved in? Do you go through your trash?
The trash goes into a community bin, I put the trash out, so all of our trash goes into
Okay.
one bin.
Yeah, I was asking Mr. Branson.
She is smoking some serious crack.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a duplex, Your Honor.
Okay,
It's a duplex with first floor and second floor.
These are some crazy
With a common
allegations.
basement.
okay, and so ma'am, you've been residing there since.
Claiming a man goes through your trash.
And so if you're having all these issues, ma'am, why do you want to stay there?
I don't, I've been wanting to move.
What's the difference between a service animal and an emotional support pet? Well, a service animal has to go through long and
Aw.
expensive training so it can work and carry out tasks for people with disabilities. But an ESA pet doesn't. In fact, an emotional support pet is exactly that, a regular pet who offers its owner emotional support through love and companionship.
I've been trying to move. They won't give me my security deposit back. Back in November, they told me they were gonna raise my rent $400 a week. I have text
Ma'am.
messages.
Ma'am, what steps have you made to locate another place to live?
I have been looking and searching. I could show messages of every single property I've gone to look at. But without money, because I have to pay rent here or not put it into the court. And they will not, I've asked for my security deposit back. They have offered for me to get out of my lease, but they say, we won't give you your security deposit back. Because that's me breaking.
Exactly. These people think that whining and crying is gonna get them out of stuff,
Yes.
I
but
happen to have-
it doesn't necessarily happen.
I happen
You
to get-
cannot bring that in,
Ma'am.
because I won that case. I won that case.
Ma'am, stop interrupting.
Sorry, Your Honor.
But you're not sorry because you keep doing it.
God, woo, man.
I was gonna address the issue of money. I happen to have been the attorney that evicted her from the last location
Where was that?
in Dearborn. It happened to have been, she went from Dearborn to here. She,
Stop right now, I will get to you, ma'am, stop the antics.
This is when she amps up the stuff.
we allowed the case to be dismissed because she apparently left and left us with about $11,000 bill.
If you don't
We-
like the
we had a case
landlord, you
on
don't
the
like
other
where
day
you
because
live,
frankly, my
they're
client
not
wanted to do it.
doing things
The
that
point of
you
my
need
comment
for them to do,
is that
then
indeed
maybe time
the
for you to look for a
allegation of
different
having
place to
money
live.
Had been raised over and over again before. And as you know, Judge, if she leaves, right, he's obligated after a certain period of time.
Either
to
grin
pay
and
money.
bear it or
Otherwise, she can
look
sue
for another
double and
place.
treble damages. So what she's alleging simply doesn't make any sense. And as you can see through the text messaging, in fact, offered to say, leave and we'll terminate the lease. And in that, when the lease is terminated, an inspection is done. And at that point, whatever the balance is, we'll go back. Now, keep in mind that you didn't order anything to be deposited into the account until the last hearing, which was at the end of January, correct? And so that money was readily available for her to have left in December. So that,
Which, I'm not following that, counsel, because I ordered an escrow order.
you did, and
And
she came up with the money.
she's been paying in the escrow order.
That's right, but you can see in the prior text messages you read, it showed that in fact, they had offered to terminate the lease in December. And they told her, if you don't want it, this stay go. Had they terminated the lease in December, they would have gone through the process of giving her whatever the security deposit is under the law, right? And in fact, her allegation now that she has no money didn't make any sense because as soon as you ordered the escrow to be put in, to be set up, it was set up and all of a sudden the money's there. So I'm just pointing out the inconsistency in her statement.
Well, I don't find that's really an inconsistency in the statement. Your client or Miss Collins, found a way, I don't know, and in any event, the money was deposited per the court order.
Correct.
Because otherwise she would have been in violation of the court order. What is the security deposit amount?
$2,000.
Your Honor, may I make a point?
Not yet. On May 25th, you also made a payment, it says rent first month, June, $1,500. So what is it you're disputing about the first month?
He had me pay to move in for June 1st, yet I wasn't allowed to move in until June 16th. Because supposedly they're gonna redo the kitchen. And I have, if you look at my phone, I have plenty of text messages where then finally in October, while in the hospital, they say, we really weren't gonna redo your kitchen. They baited and switched me to move in there.
Well, in the hospital?
Yes, I ended
They
up.
came to the hospital?
I ended up in the hospital for a month and a half because the basement was full of black mold, which they knew from the 2 pages from 2019 that they can't put, that place
Wow.
can't be lived in.
What do you say?
Now, I've heard of mold doing
What do you
stuff
say
to
from
people, so
2019?
there may be a little bit of
I'm
truth
not
to
sure
that,
the
but
basement has a big crack in it, and that it's
again, it's
contaminated
coming
mold
from
and it had to
her,
be
so I
fixed.
don't know.
They still, knowing I have stage 4 cancer, allowed me to move in there. Also with lupus. Within 2.5
Dang,
months of
now she
moving in
got
there,
lupus?
I got put into U of M hospital, and I was in there for 2 months. They knew I was in there. I now have a rare disease that doesn't hold vitamins in my body, and have lost over 20 pounds since I've lived in that house. And they know this. And I now that I've got the copy of the in 2019, the 2 pages, which also is most of the stuff I've complained about that needed to be fixed since I've lived in that house. My doctors in U of M are testing my body compared to the samples we took from the basement to see.
You're 5 minutes away from getting Ozempic for weight loss.
So this is Ozempic.
To see if that's what's causing my body to do a complete shutdown. Because I ended up losing my sight, which I have messages.
Losing my
to them
mind.
because they're asking me
With
to
some
leave in October.
I'm fine.
So,
While in the hospital, they asked me to move out. I lost my sight for 2 weeks while in the hospital
okay,
because of the place I live in.
all right. So I think it's evident that Ms. Collins is going to be moving out. So, counsel, at this point, where do we go with whether or not your client's going to
I want to hear
agree
that
to return
again.
her security deposit?
Also with lupus. Within 2.5 months of moving in there, I got put into U of M hospital, and I was in there for 2 months. They knew I was in there. I now have a rare disease that doesn't hold vitamins in my body, and have lost over 20 pounds since I've lived in that house. And they know this. And I now that I've got the copy of the
I don't even know if
in
that's fully true.
2019, the 2 pages, which also is most of the stuff I've complained about that needed to be fixed since I've lived in that house. My doctors in U of M are testing my body compared to the samples we took from the basement to see if that's what's causing my body to do a complete shutdown. Because I ended up losing my sight, which I have messages to them because they were asking me to leave in October.
So,
While in the hospital, they asked me to move out.
The millennial in
I
me
lost my
wants
sight for 2
to
weeks
start
while in
singing
the
that Papa
hospital.
Roach song, Last Resort.
Because of
Losing
the
my
place I
sight,
live in.
losing my mind.
so I think it's evident that Ms. Collins is going to be moving out. So, counsel, at this point, where do we go with whether or not your client's going to agree to return her security deposit, and then she's going to move out? And then we can indicate that'd be by February 28th. So that's.
I might need longer because I gotta find a place. I have stage 4 cancer.
I do the same
which
thing.
I just had surgery.
Ma'am, you said that you found a lot of places, but you don't have the money. So
Right.
if you're getting your security
Yes.
deposit back, you have the money to pay for a security deposit,
Right,
correct?
Yeah.
my next question would be,
But is that correct?
yes, if I get it back before that, yes. The 28th, yes.
Okay,
Your Honor, we don't have a problem with giving the security deposit back. We would love for her to leave. The only issue is, we want to ensure that the damages, if any, okay, we would be allowed, if we were incurred the cost, to take it out of the security deposit, like we're allowed under the lease and we're allowed under the law. But the compromise.
I don't know how this judge is
we're
putting
willing
up
to
with
give
this.
$1,000 to her of that security deposit immediately to encourage her to leave. That's not a problem. And we would hold back $1,000. And then once she leaves and there's nothing wrong, if she gives us a forwarding address like was required by the law, we'd be more than happy to give it to her.
okay, I think that's a reasonable resolution, ma'am.
Your Honor, they do not have a legal lease. Here in 2021, they signed an affidavit with the city of Wyandotte that they legally will not rent the property or he will be served 90 days in jail.
You know,
Let me take a look at that, please. Can you show counsel, please, Mr. Ortiz?
He signed that with the city of Wyandotte. I'm not living with a legal.
Ma'am, please stop, just one moment. Okay, that this is an affidavit of non-rental unit. It's top property address at 2223, okay, and you're 2221. So, counsel, after this, was there something that was put forth that your client does have a valid CFO for it to be a rental?
We get mail from people still, I just got a voter registration card from Miss Becky Handler who lived there in 84. Yes, ma'am.
After you renovated the 2221
Yes,
and you moved out of the 2223,
correct.
then you were renovating 2223.
We were doing the updates and things like that.
Okay.
Yes, we did a back.
So after you were finished with that, what year was that?
That was probably around November of last year, and then the house.
23?
That's definitely
Okay.
true.
So
That's something
did you
I
rent
would
that out
I would
to
do.
Anybody prior to Ms. Collins,
No,
after you finished with the upgrades?
no,
Have you been inside of 2223 since Ms. Collins moved in?
oh, no. Well, without her knowledge, no.
This spray slays. I knew that pH mattered, and it has mattered for Lumi since the beginning. It took us over a year to form.
When is the last time that you were in the unit with her knowledge?
When she was in the hospital, she sent us a text that someone was moving through her house. I have that in text message.
Somebody was moving through her house?
Yeah, she said someone was on the camera, so I said, would you like me to go check? She was in the hospital. So I went into the house, said, nothing's been arranged, nothing's been moved, everything looks fine, and that was the actual last
Okay,
time.
so when you were there, sir, did you notice if there was any damage to the property or anything of that nature that would be of significant expense after she moves out?
No, because I didn't really look. I was looking for a person, I wasn't.
Okay, but nothing jumped out.
It's weird how it switches back and
If I may
forth like
just,
that.
yeah, supplement what he said. He called me yesterday, Mr. Branson called me yesterday and said that the front door.
Yeah, they're not
was
really the
broken
best. I honestly
because
would
the
rather
door-
meet someone in
door closer-
person.
The door closer wasn't working, so he did yesterday go in and repair the front door. and
'Cause you
repair
don't
the door
know
closer so the door won't-
What
but it's
situation
slipping
you
in.
could be going
He actually was in
into.
my house December 1st, I have it on videotape. You
I
can
don't
call
trust
him.
most of them.
No, we had to give the phone back to you.
Oh.
You
Okay,
could
I actually had the whole
meet
video.
someone and they
On December 1st?
be
So,
in
I
the
mean, you
relationship
like-
or married already.
Yeah, he was shouting at me and told me I should.
And that's
be
a
able
whole
to
bunch
say, "Well,
of
come in
drama
whenever
that you
want,
don't
when
really
I'm there,
need.
when I'm there."
Or they could be
I
a,
have it on tape. December 1st,
a bad
so
person
just lighten her up on that.
and you wind
Did you
up
see the
on
video?
some
You
true
can
crime
The
channel
only
or
person
something.
that's
You
allowed
never
to
know.
vote
Would you like to see the tape? Would you like to see the tape that he just did like under oath to, that he was in my house on December
Well,
1st?
I think that I had asked, was there a time that, or when was the last time you were in there with her present? The reason I asked that is because I wanted to see if there was any way that your client was able to ascertain if there were any significant damages that would cost, obviously, a significant amount of money upon Ms. Collins.
Oh, wow.
relocating. That's why I was asking that question, Dan. So that was the sole purpose of this court asking that question.
My client is so tired of this, Your Honor, that's the reason we made the offer of giving her half, just being blind about it. We just want her out.
So, ma'am, that seems as though that's a reasonable resolution.
No, Your Honor, I'm asking for all my money back because of this is an invalid lease, because also I have two, the
Okay,
reason,
show me the law that says that it's an invalid lease.
I already submitted that with one of my things saying in the city of Wyandotte, you cannot have a rental property
Yep.
collect any money. And it's included in my amended motion, where I gave that to you.
She's looking for a free
But
ride.
here he has with the city of Wyandotte, the reason why he does not want to get an updated one is he has 2 pages of violations that he occurred with the city on my property.
Have you?
Looks like jail's getting ready for her.
I don't even see all that, ma'am.
2 pages.
I don't know what the 2 pages of, I
They
haven't
gave
had
him
a
a copy on January 7th, a recopy, they
Your Honor,
mailed
if I
him a
may.
new.
Hold on. First of all, when one is talking, ma'am,
She's like,
you can't
first of all.
interrupt. Okay, and counsel, you can't interrupt when 2 people are talking. What is it?
What did she say? When a woman's talking, you don't interrupt? Let me
Not
see.
have a rental property and collect any money, and it's included in my amended motion, where I gave that to you. But here he has with the city of Wyandotte, the reason why he does not want to get an updated one is he has 2 pages of violations that he occurred with the city on my property.
Have you rectified all of the issues that were listed? I don't even see all that, ma'am.
2 pages.
I don't know what the 2 pages of, I
They
haven't
gave
had
him a
city
copy on
inspection to
January
go
7th,
through.
a recopy, they
You want
have
to find
one
out?
new.
Hold on. First of all, when one is talking, ma'am, you can't interrupt.
Oh wait, one is
Okay,
talking.
Council, you can't interrupt when 2 people are talking. What is it, let me see what that is, please, that you're looking at.
Your Honor, first of all, I
He knows.
object to the document because it's clearly hearsay.
I'm just looking to see what it is. Sir, did you receive a letter from the city of Wyandotte regarding a communication from the Department of Engineering and Building?
Yes,
Okay, so seems to be the 2 pages that she's referencing. She's referencing, okay, so I'm going to presume then, is that when did you contact the engineering department to schedule the January date?
I've been in contact since December.
Put your hand down.
With Kelly from engineering.
Like the brown nosing
And
student in
I
class in
knew
the front row.
what it was.
Call me,
Once
teach, I can
we were
answer,
out
I can
there,
answer.
rented, like, I had made a phone
Exactly.
call there and said, do I need a certificate of occupancy? This is-
She probably was the
There
brown
a
nosing
miscommunication,
student.
And she goes, no, you're 22, 23 and the 22, 21. And they got them crossed over. And she goes, no, you don't need a CFO. Well, later I learned, oh, you do. So I immediately started contacting. They said, well, let's
Okay,
get
so my
certificate.
question is, there's a whole bunch of stuff for 22, 23 on here. Have you made those changes?
I don't know what inspection is because it has had previous inspections.
Right, it has been from 2019. Here's what I have to do right now. Right now I have to, for safety purposes, I have to handle this in custody right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order that you all go out into the lobby. And ma'am, let me just tell you where I'm heading with this. You've indicated you want to relocate. Mr. Branson has offered to guarantee, stop telling me, has offered to guarantee at least $1,000 back on your security deposit. And the balance of that upon your relocation is presuming that there isn't any significant damage, okay? So that is what is being offered at this point.
I want my 5,000 that's in with the court.
And I
Bingo
want to
was
bring
the name,
lottery numbers, but I don't have that either.
He doesn't
So
have a
ma'am,
legal right to that.
ma'am, just one moment. So I want you to go out in the lobby, you can leave your stuff right there, and I want you to process that and think about it, because right now I don't know that I'm refunding your $5,000, because I don't know that I have all the information. So I want you to process that while I handle this in custody, and there will not be any argument out there in the lobby.
You want us to leave as well?
This is the quickest way to pee out fat.
Good God, man. Stop
Ew.
eating those. You're going to blow up. No, I'm not. The numbers
I
on
don't
the
think I want to
scale-
hear about that.
Whatever you choose to do, I have to do this in custody here.
For the record, Judge, I believe she's been recording this hearing. I just heard the recorder go off.
Ruh-roh, we didn't even get to the jail and this comes up.
Hold on, just one moment.
I just overheard.
Both of you, please approach. We are back on the record in the matter of Branson versus Collins.
I just overheard a recording being turned off by a phone.
What?
Ma'am, have you been recording these proceedings?
I didn't know I was not allowed to. I have stage 4 cancer and do not remember everything. I need to do
God.
stuff so I remember and
Ma'am,
document everything.
there's a,
I didn't know.
These
I'm
are
not
being
allowed to.
recorded
For the
anyway.
record, she has at least 3 phones on her.
No, I do not.
As
have
evidence
to
here.
record.
2 phones, my apologies, 2 phones.
ma'am, you are not to record court proceedings. There are transcripts
Oh.
that you can order.
I bet that's gonna be
I
funny.
didn't know this. I record everything, like my doctor's visits, everything, because in my mind, I have cancer brain. I don't
Okay.
remember.
Of course, turn on the
Both
waterworks.
of your phones in here, turn them both off, completely off.
I did not know this. I record everything because I have cancer.
Then ma'am, you should reply to the court's attention that you want to.
I did not know.
Stop.
I would
You
like
should
you to
reply
accuse yourself,
you
but
should
you're
reply-
acting to me.
Stop.
I would like you to accuse yourself. I'm putting that on the record.
Stop interrupting the court.
yourself.
I'm asking you,
I have a problem with him knowing him.
I'm telling you to stop interrupting the court.
I'm asking this to be brought to another judge.
On what basis, ma'am?
Because he knows him. I have a problem with it.
No, you already said you didn't. You sure did. You said you had no
I'm
problem.
appealing this by the way you are acting right now.
Ma'am, the court is not acting anyway.
Yes.
Other than
I'm
a
seeking
reaction
court
to
participation and
excuse
exercise your main rights away.
Excuse me. The only thing this court is doing is acting in complete
I would
shock.
like to know from
at
the court that you're raising your voice at
Stop
me.
interrupting the court. The incredulous behavior that you've exhibited by
I do
recording
not-
these.
do not dare say
Again,
that to me.
you are interrupting me once again. You have been interrupting throughout these entire proceedings, whether it's been verbal, nonverbal, or with raising your hand and making gestures.
That's one thing they always say
fact
to
that
get
you have
off
been
the
recording
hook.
These proceedings improperly is extremely problematic, ma'am. Extremely problematic. Are those phones completely off?
Yes, they are.
Please show them to my court officer.
He could keep them if you'd like to. Until the court is over.
They're off. Okay, very good.
I think the bailiff should be like a parent and take it and
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
watch your left hand closely.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason, sir?
Your Honor, she just gave me the finger.
She gonna turn back on?
Hold on, right now. Don't
What?
interrupt my record. Do not
Oh,
interrupt
she
the
gave me
record
the
right
finger?
now, both of you.
Dang. In court too.
He could keep them if you'd like to. Until the court is over.
They're off. Okay, very good.
I didn't hear you, man.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason, sir?
Your Honor, she just gave me the finger. I'm looking at the screen.
Hold on, right now. Don't interrupt my record. Do not interrupt the record right now. Both of you, please stop. Stop. You're
What?
interrupting my record.
I want to see it again because I didn't really see it too well.
Problematic.
So, theater mode it is.
Are those phones completely off?
Yes, they are.
Please show them to my court officer.
Yeah.
You could keep them if you'd like to.
Yep, she's gonna flip him off.
They're off. Okay, very good.
I didn't hear you, man.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason, sir?
Your Honor, she
Yep.
just gave me the
You
finger.
see it
I'm
right
looking
in
at
the
the
corner.
screen.
Hold on, right now. Don't interrupt my record. Do not interrupt the record right now. Both of you, please stop. Stop. You're interrupting my record.
Now it's time for him to go to jail.
Forgive me, Judge, that's never happened in court.
Please stop.
Didn't do anything.
Stop, both of you.
Oh, God.
Didn't do anything.
Okay, you know what, both of you, out into the lobby, please, right now. Both of you in the lobby because you're destroying the record here.
Ooh. Big timeout.
I don't want to be
Yeah,
out.
any opposed to you.
Have a nice day, Your Honor.
You
Mm-mm.
as well.
Thanks.
I remember that video a while back of the inmate flipping off the judge.
Your Honor, I apologize for.
Hold on, please, hold on. Please stop talking. So we are back on the record in the matter of William Branson and Heather Collins, 240-2269. So, two things. One, I'm going to address the recording in just one moment. However, counsel alleged while I was on the record in another matter that Miss Collins flipped him off, gave him the middle finger. Ma'am, I'm going to ask you one time. Did you do that
Yes,
to Mr. Jagger?
yes.
Why?
Because I can't deal with his lies. He lies. He lies to what happened in
Yeah,
Dearborn.
There's more positive ways to
I
deal
was
with
on
that
the record
frustration
in
and
another
flip off someone in court.
I apologize to your court.
Please-
I
please
shouldn't
stop.
have done it.
Please stop interrupting the court. I think I've run out of fingers how many times I've said that to you.
Yeah.
I was on the record in another matter. Nothing was even being handled in your matter. You were sitting there and you just flipped off the attorney. So when I indicated previously that your behavior was incredulous today, that goes right in there to support that. Now, as it relates to the recording, except for requests for film or electronic media coverage of court proceedings as permitted under Administrative Order Number 1989-1, the following restrictions apply to photography, audio recording, video recording, broadcasting, or live streaming in a courthouse. A.
Yeah, I could
in
do
a
that.
courtroom.
Right to. I think it's right. Oh, I'm trying to find it. I think this might be it.
He could keep them if you'd like to, until the court is over.
They're off. Okay, very good.
I didn't hear you, man.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
Have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason, sir?
Your Honor, she just
Yep,
gave me the
and-
finger. I'm looking at the screen.
Hold on, right now. Don't interrupt my record. Do not interrupt the record right now. Both of you, please stop.
And she was
Stop.
looking at him when
Interrupting
she was
my
doing
record.
it too.
Stop.
Forgive me, Judge, I've never, that's not
Please,
happened in court.
please stop.
Didn't do anything.
Stop, both of you.
Oh, God.
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, you know what, both of you, out into the lobby, please, right now. Both of you in the lobby because you're destroying the record here.
But I don't think this judge is doing pretty good, at least not in this video. I mean, she's doing a good job, but you tell she's frustrated. I don't blame
Have a
her.
nice day, Your Honor.
You as well.
Thanks.
I'm gonna take a brief recess for a moment.
Okay.
Okay?
Your Honor, I apologize for.
Hold on, please, hold on.
She's like, I don't want to hear it
Please
at
stop
all.
talking. So we are back on the record in the matter of William Branson and Heather Collins, 240-2269. So, two things. One, I'm going to address the recording in just one moment. However, counsel alleged while I was on the record in another matter that Miss Collins flipped him off, gave him the middle
I might be able to do that. Let's see.
Ma'am, I'm
I
going to ask you
could
one
copy
Did you do that?
Yes.
to
copy the
Mr.
link
Jaggers?
and then send it.
Why?
Because I can't deal with his lies. He lies. He lies to what happened in
Ma'am.
Dearborn.
Ma'am? I would
Alright, let's see if I could paste it in here.
do that.
Yes.
to
Copy the
Mr.
link and
Jaggers.
then send it.
Why?
Because I can't deal with his lies. He lies.
There we
He
go.
lies to what happened in
Ma'am.
Dearborn.
Alright,
I would,
there we go.
the incredulous behavior that you've exhibited by recording these.
Do not dare say that
Again,
to me.
you are interrupting me once again.
Your Honor.
She's interrupted
she just
like
gave me the
100
finger. I'm
times.
looking at the screen.
Hold on, right now. Don't interrupt my record. Do not interrupt the record right now. Both of you, please stop.
She said that she's seen your picture as part of a swingers club.
I
While we
never
were
said
standing-
that. See how, listen, this might be laughable, but I will admit what I said. I had no.
All right, so we are on the record.
Oops,
In
I
the
didn't mean
matter
to.
of
I was right about here, I
William
believe.
Branson. I'm gonna take a brief recess for a moment.
Okay.
Okay?
Your Honor, I apologize for.
Hold on, please, hold on. Please stop talking. So we are back on the record in the matter of William Branson and Heather Collins, 240-2269. So, two things. One, I'm going to address the recording in just one moment. However, counsel alleged while I was on the record in another matter that Miss Collins flipped him off, gave him the middle finger. Ma'am, I'm going to ask you one time. Did you do that
Yes,
to Mr. Jagger?
yes.
Why?
Because I can't deal with his lies. He lies. He lies to what happened in
Yeah.
Dearborn.
Ma'am? I was on the record in another matter.
I apologize to your court. I
Please
shouldn't
stop.
have done it.
Please stop interrupting the court. I think I've run out of fingers how many times I've said that to you. I was on the record in another matter.
Awesome.
Nothing was even being handled in your matter. You were sitting there and you just flipped off the attorney. So when I indicated previously that your behavior was incredulous today, that goes right in there to support that. Now, as it relates to the recording, except for requests for film or electronic media coverage of court proceedings, as permitted under Administrative Order Number 1989-1, the following restrictions apply to photography, audio recording, video recording, broadcasting or live streaming in a courthouse. A, in a courtroom. In a courtroom, no one may use a portable electronic device to take photographs or for audio or video recording, broadcasting or live streaming unless that use is specifically allowed by the judge presiding over that courtroom. The court did not give you permission for that because you did not ask. Paragraph 7, violations of this rule.
Yeah, that's very passive aggressive of her. Just
presiding judge may confiscate the
record
device
without
for the
asking
remainder of the
like
day, or order that the phone be turned off and put away. Violations of this rule are punishable by appropriate sanctions up to and including contempt of court as determined in the discretion of the court. The court is going to find you in contempt of court for that very, very blatant violation, and the court is going to assess sanctions. You've had an opportunity, ma'am, to process the offer that's been put forth by Mr. Branson, correct?
Am I allowed to speak on it?
Yes or no? You've had time to process that.
Yes.
Are you going to accept that offer at this time? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
I'd like to continue to
So
live there then.
Here's what, I'm sorry?
If you're gonna make me pay my rent then I'm gonna live there till the end of my lease, because this is not a legal lease.
that poor judge.
You don't want to live there, you've stated, and now you say that you're going to live there until the end of your lease because it's not a legal lease.
You won't let me defend myself. This is supposed to be a hearing where I'm allowed to defend myself, ask witnesses, and you're not allowing me to do any of that.
Yeah.
This has not been a trial whatsoever. This has been you controlling this entire thing. I'm not allowed to ask a witness anything. I'm not allowed to show paperwork to prove that he has other properties.
Yeah, I'll probably
to
save
know
that
he
one
needs
too.
Certificates of occupancy.
Okay, ma'am, let me respond to a couple of those things. Number one, you're correct, I am controlling the proceedings. That is my job as the judge, to control the proceedings. Also, it's my job to make sure that
I'll keep
the
this
proceedings are
live
relevant
video even after
and that we are not
I go off.
going outside of the purview as to what the issue is, okay?
Even after I log
So,
off, I'll
the
keep
issue
it
originally
on my
was unpaid
YouTube
rent. That rent has been paid, it's
future
in the court
watching.
escrow account. You have raised the issue of not having a valid C of O. It's been determined there's not a valid
And I
C
could
of O.
probably
So what
get the
I'm
link
going
off
to
of
do
that,
is
because
I'm
I'll
going to
also
order
replay the
two
live
things.
chat.
Number one, I'm going to order both parties to brief the court on the issue of the legality of a lease when there's not a valid C of O. That's the first thing. And those briefs are due on February 14th. That's in 1 week. Second, there is going to be an opportunity for Mr. Branson to inspect the property to see what current status it is in. And I'm going to pick the time right now before you leave. And that's what's gonna happen. Yes.
Yeah, that might be
I
better
asked
to do.
that he not videotape all of my possessions while he was in there.
Might be better.
The property to see what current status it is in. And I'm going to pick the time right now before you leave. And that's what's
The
gonna
future
happen.
of your business is here.
Yeah, that might be better.
With
Save
Wix,
to
with
watch
advanced AI
later.
capabilities. For more customization,
There we go.
more time, and more growth. Speed up your website copy with an AI text generator that delivers
Alright,
a
it
consistent
should be
brand
saved
voice
to my watch
every
later.
corner of your site. future of your business
Yes.
is here.
Yeah, that might be
With
save
Wix,
to watch
advanced AI
later.
capabilities. For more customization.
Oops.
The incredulous behavior that
Oh,
you.
there. It always goes back to the back.
On the
Beginning.
14th, on
On
the
the
18th.
Yes, you're raising the issue that he is illegally collecting rent because he doesn't have a C of O at the property. So I'm having both you and Mr. Dagger brief the issue as to how that applies to this case and what the ramifications are if somebody's collecting rent without a C of O.
Make sure.
But for
it's
right
saved.
now, I'm not hearing any more testimony, any more arguments. That is what the court ordered, and you're all to return on the 18th at 8:30 p.m.
Will I be able to bring my witnesses up at that time too?
Yeah, let me just say this, okay? Neither side has presented witnesses today because this court has not found that it was necessary to hear the testimony from the witnesses at this point. Because I've heard testimony from both you and Mr. Branson as to what the issues are, okay?
There's more issues.
Just one moment, just one moment.
Yeah,
And
she's still
so,
interrupting.
for those reasons, the
Took
court
1,000
didn't find
times
that
she
it
did
was
it.
necessary today to hear from those witnesses. Perhaps on the 18th, I may need to hear from those witnesses, I'm not sure. What is the other issue?
That was the issue, that I paid for a full month and I didn't get
Watch
to live
later,
there for a full
yeah.
month.
Your Honor, may I ask a question? Ms. Collins just stated that she didn't move in until the middle of June. Is that what is being represented to the court?
She testified June 16th is when she moved in. Is that what you testified to, ma'am? June 16th?
I brought 2 boxes
Yeah, it's in my
before the
watch
16th.
later.
That wasn't my question.
Yes,
Did you testify that you were not allowed to move in until June 16th?
I wasn't allowed to bring any of my big stuff, he allowed me to bring 2
Ma'am,
boxes in before the
Please,
16th.
you're not listening to my
That's
question.
what I'm saying, I was allowed to bring 2 boxes in.
No, listen. My question requires a yes or no answer. Was your testimony earlier that you were not allowed to move in until June 16th? Was that your testimony?
There's more to it, the
Yes
kitchen
or
was
no?
not available to live.
Ma'am, yes or no? Was that your testimony?
Yes,
Okay, there we go. So that answers your question. Right, counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you said that there's other issues. What are the other issues that you're alleging?
the other issues is about Mr. Branson coming in whenever he wants.
Okay, I'm not sure how that's relevant to these proceedings right this moment.
Mr. Branson comes in at all hours of the night. Mr. Branson comes in and takes stuff out of my house whenever he wants.
Wow, this is
Just if they're
crazy
missing stuff.
Okay, that's what this
allegation.
witness is going to be testifying about.
WTF
Any
is
other
right.
issues that you're alleging, ma'am?
If this
I have
woman is
3
smoking
police
some
reports going on
good
right now
crack,
against him
I'm
because
pretty
he's been
sure.
stealing my mail. And my mail's been on hold
Dang.
with the postal service and I have a case against him.
Okay, ma'am.
She is
Okay,
off her
any other
rocker.
issues?
The sexual harassment case that's been going on as well.
Okay, I don't know that, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that. If there's a pen, on the mail and the harassment issues, that those are
The
criminal,
sooner
if that's criminal
he
investigations
unasses
right now,
himself for her, the better.
then that will be left for that.
I would like to ask the court to have him stay out of my property except on the date that you have set for the rest of the time being. Unless he's coming for repairs that I know of.
So, that's the finality of the issues that we have to address, correct? Okay, is that correct?
Thank you.
Is that correct, yes or no? I need verbal, ma'am, for the recording.
Yes.
The legal recording that the court is
Thank you,
doing.
Your Honor, yes.
Okay, now, counsel.
Use your
Your Honor,
words.
we left the court. She immediately proceeded to the witness to inform of what was happening in the court in violation of the strict order of the court.
Okay, just before we get to the next issue, ma'am, did you go out and start talking to the witness about what happened in court? Yes,
Yes.
yes or no?
Yes. So I won't use him.
Correct. He's
Plain and
he's not,
simple.
he's not,
Won't use him.
nope, what's his name?
Brian Loves.
You seem to have a hard time understanding that what the court states is something that has to be followed. I was very clear and said, do not discuss anything with anybody in the lobby.
Yep, that's the
Was there
5th
a crime
time
on
she
that?
started
I thought we
crying.
were done.
No, ma'am, it doesn't matter. This is still ongoing. I said, do not discuss this with anybody in the lobby. So,
I have 2 brain tumors, Your
Ma'am.
Honor, excuse
God.
me.
ma'am, nope, stop, please. You've stated that many times that you have stage 4 cancer, okay? Now, then you just stated that you thought we were done. And now you're stating that you have 2 brain tumors, so that's why you spoke to him. Please, stop that, okay?
Your Honor, this actually asked for a jury trial and you never gave me that right to have one.
When did you request a jury trial, ma'am?
You never gave me a chance to request one. You automatically just put this in front of yourself.
Ma'am, you have to request that at the time of filing.
You do.
All right, Mr. Dagger, what's the next issue?
Oh, I bet.
The jury trial.
I bet he
Your
would
Honor.
be.
As she left, she immediately turned on, after speaking to the witness, she immediately turned on her phone.
My phones were in here the entire time. Both phones were in here.
Where's Judge Judy when
Stop
you need her?
Interrupting.
My phones were left in here.
I said stop interrupting, that means stop all the comments.
Well, if it's in fact true that her phones were here, I honestly saw her using the phone, and I think the officer also saw her using the phone out there, and I thought that was her phone. If she's represented to the court, that's not her phone, then by all means, I accept that.
Were you using the phone out there, ma'am?
To call my work to tell them that I wouldn't be in because I was still in court.
I can't believe there was
And
more,
so
but
what phone did you
yes,
use?
there is.
Brian's because both my phones were in here.
According to the original
Ms. Collins, the
uploader,
court,
old
as,
Squishy,
indicated, does hold
it
you
was like
contempt of
2
court
hours.
For your illegal recording of these proceedings earlier. And so the court's going to order a $250 sanction.
And I could appeal that, correct?
I'm sorry?
I could appeal that, correct?
You can appeal this court's ruling of holding you in contempt of court
Okay, for the record, I
for
appeal.
recording these proceedings.
Good luck with that.
You can
That's right.
certainly file that appeal. I believe it's 14 days.
I'm pretty sure flipping off,
Your Honor, when do you expect her to pay?
I'm sorry?
flipping off the defend, or
When you designate a time?
I guess
when she'll be required
the
to pay the
defendant,
amount?
whatever it
Well,
is.
first of all, she's indicated she's
Flipping
gonna be
off
appealing
anyone
that.
in court,
So
recording without
if she does
permission,
have to appeal, then
interrupting
we'll get that.
all of what she's
And
doing
so otherwise, the court
is
will give her
contempt.
30 days to do that,
Thank you, Your
to
Honor.
make that payment.
And would I get something in the mail about this?
Get something in the mail about what?
This,
The finding of contempt?
yes. Would I get something about this so I could appeal it? Something, some piece of
I
legal.
wish she would have
paper
got
about
in
this
jail for
contempt?
that.
You would like a written order, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that way I could show something that I have to appeal against.
Sure, no problem. I
Thank
can
you.
make sure that there's a written order. You will receive that via email on Monday. As my staff,
And could the days,
as my staff is all left for the day, except for my 2 court
and could
officers
the,
here.
and could the days
And again,
start?
can you please not interrupt while I'm talking?
And could I have the 30 days start at that time on Monday since they cannot write it up until Monday?
Sure.
Your Honor, may I please ask the court that the next time I come in front of you, that I get a chance to defend myself, since I do not have a lawyer.
Ma'am, I will say that I'm a bit confused as to what you mean defend yourself, because this court has given you ample opportunity to bring forth the issues that you're alleging. And in fact, this court has given you time to look through your phone, to find messages that you stated.
I don't know. I haven't seen the
sent-
full
sent
video yet
from
either. It's my
Mr.
first time watching it as well.
The court has also given you ample opportunity to
I have a feeling she's gonna be guilty.
state what some of your concerns were. The court has reviewed the documents that you brought forth. The court has reviewed text messages that you have provided as well. And
That's a lot of
I
paper she
don't know
has.
what defend yourself means when you say that. Because I have you all coming back on the 18th to address the issues that have been raised by you. So I don't know what you mean when you're saying the opportunity to defend yourself.
Your Honor, because every single motion I did do in a timely manner, because the motion to dismiss, I brought 2 days after I found out that he was his lawyer. So I had every single timely manner. I did my motion to suppress all the evidence the day after I got their evidence, which they did not give me in a timely manner because they tried to scam me by saying I had to e-file, which if you would have read everything showed every single email, they tried to act as if I was an attorney and said that. If you would have read my motion.
Ma'am, did read your motion.
Yeah, all their evidence should have been thrown out because they kept saying, oh, I need to see e-file, I need
That
to
is
e-file.
that's not how it works, okay?
That's not how any of this
rules
works.
That require certain procedures to be followed.
I followed everyone to the letter of the law.
Okay, did you file a notice of hearing? You did not file a notice of hearing, and there's.
As I said, he has you in his pocket.
Excuse me,
What?
ma'am, as I stated, I'm not in anybody's pocket. And you stated that Mr. Branson stated that I was in his pocket, and you just stated that you said it. So let me just say this, okay?
Yep.
Stop,
Bounding
please,
determined
with
there's
your
gonna be some drama.
Continued statements while I'm talking.
Yep,
You
exactly.
have had
These people
ample
getting away with this stuff,
opportunity to address your
especially,
court's
I hate
your
to say
issues with the
it, but
court. In fact, you've continued to interrupt the court.
as a woman,
to
it
raise
bothers me
issues.
because it's mostly
You
women who
please stop
get
with the papers because it interrupts the.
away with this
interferes
stuff,
the recording
and
because the
it's
microphones are
kind of,
also
I kind of
sensitive.
get a little bit of secondhand
So,
embarrassment.
as I stated, I don't know what you mean when you say ample opportunity to defend yourself, because the court has taken a lot of time to narrow down the issues as to what the issues are here. Okay, so we have those issues narrowed down and specified for the record. We have the date that you are both to submit your briefs. We have the date that you're going to both be there with individuals at the property to take photos of anything that needs repair or doesn't need repair. And then we're all going to be returning here on February 18th at 8:30 a.m.
Your Honor, there's one more thing. With regret, I'm just putting on the record what I heard her say outside about this court. May I do that?
Oh.
Well,
It's not very flattering.
that's fine, I'm used to not being flattered.
She said that she's seen your picture as part of a swingers club.
I
While we
never
were
said
standing
that.
outside. I swear to God, that's what she said.
I never once said that, Your Honor. Under oath, I swear under oath, I
Step
never
up,
said
officer.
that.
Step up, officer, he heard it.
First of all, counsel, you do not direct my officer to
I'm
stand
sorry,
up.
Your Honor. I'm really angry now because we know where this is.
I would
said,
be
Your Honor,
angry
and I will
too.
repeat what I said. I said, I have text messages. He is in a swingers club, and that might be how you might know him, and that's might be how.
What?
This might be laughable, but I will admit what I said. I have no shame in what I said because I was upset because I feel like I'm losing the case. Tell me what I said. I have no shame in it because I'm losing my life here right now.
And probably your mind.
Illegal, all right? Just let me say what I said. If I'm gonna be accused of saying something, let me.
That judge is
say
trying
how
so
I
hard
said
not
it,
to just
right?
bust out
Then I
laughing.
have text messages where he admits he's part of the swingers club. He's part of the G
God.
swingers club, part of Wyandotte, right? And I said maybe
And
that's how he knows the.
why are
judge.
you
Maybe that's
looking
why he
at
has
the
him in back
swingers
pocket.
club?
I asked. I said maybe that's how. If they heard it as a different thing because they were all the way on the other side of the hall, then they heard it as a different thing and twisted the words. I never said you were part of. I said maybe that's how. I never claimed you were. So I will say that's how. Never claimed you were.
Well, that is kind of
so
a
that's how I
claim.
said it. So don't say I said you were.
I don't know what to say, Judge.
Well.
That judge is speechless.
I'll admit what I said. People are loud.
It's laughable.
I will laugh about it, but
because-
I'm allowed to have my own feelings.
You can have your own feelings, but just as though you don't want inappropriate things being said about you, don't say those about other people.
Exactly.
Lucky I have a thick skin, quite frankly, and I've already established that I do not know Mr. Branson. Maybe I've seen him at some point during my campaigning 7 years ago, whatever it was. I don't know, but I've already said that. I've already said all of that. And so if you don't have to believe me, ma'am. You stated that.
Look, I know stuff like that probably goes
you
on
did
and
state, I
is
think earlier that you were fine with everything moving
in the
forward.
legal field
And that you believed what I said.
political field and stuff.
In any
People
event.
participate
In
in
any
activities
event,
like
yeah.
that. But in a court hearing is
I
not
can't
a
believe you
good
when
place
you're
to
allowing
address
someone
and accuse
against the
people
law
of
to
such
do
behavior.
things.
Ma'am,
It's just not.
I am not allowing anybody against the law to do anything, okay? There has not been a citation given to Mr. Branson, to my knowledge anyway, that would have him in front of this court. And I just said, when the two of you are to be bringing sending your briefs to the court, both you and Mr. Dagger, so that you can brief the issue and we can address the issue of not having a C of O. So before you start accusing this court of doing something improper, please take a few moments to process it, because I
don't understand that.
Anybody to do anything illegally here today.
If I was that judge, I would give him one chance, and then after that, you blow it. Off to jail you go.
So that's 100% opposite of what you've just stated. I'll see you all on the 18th.
Thank you.
Court's in recess.
And I apologize.
I mean, she did give her a citation, but honestly, I think jail time is a deterrent for this kind of behavior. These people, they know, and they figure out they can get their way with the courts like this, and they're going to continue this kind of behavior. But I will give her this. She was super duper on point. She never backed down, which has kind of surprised me, which has made it surprising to me that she didn't send her to the jail. That took me for a surprise right there. I understand, like I said earlier, I understand that in the political, legal realm, people participate in certain activities, swinging and things like that. But that's not everyone in those fields, and that's definitely not something you want to bring up during a hearing. Not appropriate at all to bring up things that are derogatory towards specific people involved in your hearing. Like this lady did. It's just not something you do. Not appropriate. Not appropriate at all. Alright, let's see if I got it. There was one that was a sovereign citizen one that I've seen part of. And that was really good. And it's not terribly long. It's not the attorney one. It's blah 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 blah. It's oh yeah, this is funny. This is like 5 minutes long.
This is how I move forward.
But this is
Start your
one you
comeback
gotta
today
see.
at PurdueGlobal.edu.
I thought it was gonna be longer than that, but I guess not. I've seen so many of these, I lose track.
Janet! When?
Court is now on the record in City of Conneaut versus Amber McHenry, 24 TRD 819. Ms. McHenry entered no plea to charges of no operator's license and expired plates, each of which is a minor misdemeanor on December 17th, 2024.
Yep, always something with a driver's license.
January 8th of 2025.
Because they're not driving, they're traveling.
Notice of that bench trial. I have a signed receipt in the file showing she got notice of that bench trial. Present on January 8th, 2025 was the law director along with a police officer. Ms. McHenry failed to appear. As a result of her failure to appear, I issued a warrant for her arrest. That was January 8th. It's now over a month later, February 11th, and Ms. McHenry is now turning herself in on the warrant. She is in the courtroom, and she is without an attorney. Ms. McHenry, why were you not here on January 8th of 2025?
I have a question about the case.
Ms. McHenry, sit down. This is not your courtroom. Sit in that chair.
Butt cheeks on the cushion.
That's not the case number that I had.
Yes, it is, Ms. McHenry. You've
There
got
you
other
go.
cases pending that are set for jury trial.
The original case number that I had was like TDR, like 0800 something, and
24 TRD 819.
819. Okay. I was just double checking on the case number. Can you repeat your question then? No.
Why were you not here on January 8th?
I put in an appearance and it was rejected and struck from the record, and I was sent a letter saying that I am not who I said I was. So I have a question about that because I don't understand.
This is not a discussion here. This is not a conversation. I ask a question, you respond to my question. Now, this is typical behavior for you because you're a sovereign citizen. At least you claim to be.
I've never claimed that.
Well, your documentation that you filed, including the one you filed today that did not have a correct caption or case number on it, is indicative of that. So let me ask you, Ms. McHenry, again, why were you not physically, personally present in the courtroom on January 8th, 2025 for your trial?
I need the oath and bonds to be put for each person acting as a public official in this case who is acting as a public servant to be put on the record. And I also
You think this is a movie?
indemnity bond.
Acting
and
as a
I'm going
public
to
servant?
require the other bonds.
That judge.
I need the accounting.
Abandon the bridge.
Please, for the record, let it be known that you exited.
I did. I exited the courtroom and asked a police officer, probation
Who has
officer.
the indemnity bond?
Uh,
Where is the bill of particulars?
The
Because I
bond is
did not receive
being,
it.
the warrant is being executed, you're being taken into custody, take her down to the jail now.
I was not given the bill of
Take her down to
particulars.
the jail now.
Why am I being arrested?
Take her down
For
to the
what?
jail.
What crime have I committed? Get off me. This is kidnapping. This is a false arrest. No, this is a false arrest.
Yeah, showing your butt in court never
This is
goes
kidnapping.
right.
They're violating my rights.
It always
my
goes
constitutional
wrong.
rights. I put in.
I thought the Constitution didn't apply to you.
The Constitution applies to every living man and woman. You are violating your oath, Mr. Iarochi. What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for?
God, they just told you.
Okay, with respect to the rest of you here today, good morning. My name is Nick Iarochi. I'm the judge, and this is your initial appearance hearing on traffic-related charges that have been filed against you.
Oh yeah, this one's got to be funny. I like this judge. I've
I
seen a
always
few
like to
videos
start my
with
day
him,
with a
and
hot shower,
it's
and the Joey
priceless.
Showerhead gives me peace of mind, knowing it removes chlorine, heavy metals.
You have to just shut up. Lisa Anderson versus Larissa Anderson. Yeah, this is gonna be a minute.
Termination of tenancy
Oh, well.
case.
That's okay if they're backwards. Your name?
Larissa. Lisa.
All right. Okay, this is a termination case, and as I'm recalling, mother-daughter. Is that right? Okay. Is it your house, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm on these two. So we're both.
Okay, are you renting this place from somewhere else?
Yes. It's an apartment.
Okay, so, and ma'am, let me ask you this. I don't have a copy of the lease.
All
Are
right,
you
I'm
just-
gonna send a link to the channel. All right, that's not it. I'd probably go up here and then copy it. There. Alright, just copy that. And then paste it in the chat. There we go. Almost got it. I'll post the link anyway. Already got it. Copy that. Already got it. And then paste it in the chat. Yeah, that might be easier to find it by username anyway. But either way, there we go. Almost got it. Oh. Alright. Turn it back. That's what I was watching here. Two tools in traffic court. I don't think I've seen this one, but this looks like it's gonna be funny. So I'd rather watch this one instead. A little last minute impromptu decision. It's not too long.
This 7-second trick helped me at the age of 62 eliminate type 2 and toss out my insulin. If I were to die tomorrow, I would want every
Blah, 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 blah.
State of Michigan versus Scott Stevens, 224030471. Mr. Stevens, are you on?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, could you state your name, please?
Scott Stevens.
Mr. Stevens, you are here today on a limited access speeding ticket. This was issued to you on March 13th, 2022 on US 23 in York Township. The ticket is for 16 to 20 miles per hour over the speed limit, 88 in a 70. The penalty for that is $160 and 2 points on your driving record. You can admit responsibility or we can have a hearing. What would you like to do?
I'd like to have it.
Probably
Hey, ma'am,
about,
Trooper
if I
Smith
usually
here.
stream it,
Sorry, this is
about
my
maybe
citation.
7 or 8.
I'd like to
somewhere
offer him
in
6
there.
to 10
It usually
over,
depends
as he
on a
was
lot
very
of
respectful
things.
on scene.
Okay.
That way, it will lower the points and the amount for Mr. Stevens here.
Okay. So, Mr. Stevens, you're being offered an opportunity to admit responsibility to a lesser citation, 6 to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. That is 1 point. And you also are eligible to do a driver improvement course through the Secretary of State to keep that 1 point off your driving record if that's something that you wanted to do. So are you interested in admitting to the lesser citation?
Not at this point.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that Trooper Smith, is your hand raised?
Yes, ma'am.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth and nothing but the truth?
So help you God.
Yes.
Okay, Trooper Smith, do you swear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Trooper Smith will testify first, Mr. Stevens, and then you can tell me whatever it is you'd like me to know after he's done. When you're ready, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. On March 13th, approximately 1:20 in the morning, myself and Trooper Tweetmeyer were doubled up in York Township on US 23. We had our front radar activated in my patrol car. It had been tested prior to my shift and at the end of my shift. Both tests passed. I am radar certified, have been for quite a while. A black GMC passed us and it was going approximately 88 miles an hour on our front stationary radar. As it passed us, we received the reading and then it continued on, hit its brake lights, slowed down to 84 miles an hour. We ended up stopping the vehicle and made contact with Mr. Stevens. Should be noted, Mr. Stevens has extensive driving history, 7 prior speeding on his record.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Stevens.
And there's no way I was going that fast. That's all there is to it.
How fast do you think you were going?
75.
Okay, so then how do you explain the radar reading of 88 and then 84?
'Cause that's a difference
Well, I
in
don't know if he
speed.
clocked somebody else or what the case was.
We'll ask him. Were there
Exactly.
any
That's
other
the worst looking
vehicles in
ceiling I've
your
seen.
radar range, Trooper Smith?
Ma'am, I don't recall at the time, but being at that time of night, US 23 is very minorly congested. There's very limited traffic. So I couldn't imagine us both making the mistake of clocking a different vehicle at that time.
That
Okay,
Eddie
thank
guy
you.
looks like he has a
Go ahead,
background
Mr.
on.
Stevens.
I don't know what he meant by both of us clocking.
There were two troopers. Were you in the same vehicle?
Yes, ma'am, we were. And on top of that too, Mr. Stevens advised he was going 80 something miles an hour when talking to him.
That's what he told you at the stop?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I definitely did not say I was going 80 something. He might have told me that he clocked it at 80 something, and I might have said I may have been doing 80 possibly somehow, not wanting to argue with him at the time, but there's no way I said I was doing 80.
Well, there certainly is a way that you said that. I mean, maybe you don't recall now, but Trooper Tweetmeyer has in his notes that you said that. He's not just remembering that. He made a contemporaneous note at the time. And so which is it? Do you think you were going 80? Do you think you were going 75? What do you?
I think I was doing 75.
Okay.
Was the video?
But you don't know?
Well, no, I'm not positive, especially when he come up and said that at some point that he said I was doing over 75.
Yep.
It seems like is this day and age, we'd have video of this car going by at 80 or whatever it was. Do we?
Do you have video, troopers?
Yes, we do, ma'am. If you'd like to set up a formal hearing. With this being said, I think the state rests is clear weather, dry conditions, light traffic, being dark, having 7 prior speeding tickets and saying he was going 80 something miles an hour.
Okay.
That's your statement.
Right. Well, that's exactly, that is his statement.
And my statement is I did not say that.
Okay. And your statement is also that I don't hear you today saying that you know how fast you were going. So typically when someone sees a police officer's lights in their rear view, they look at their speedometer, like it's just habit. So did
Correct.
you do that?
Absolutely, I did. What
And
was
what
my,
did yep.
right, what was the speed when you
Yeah,
were
I'm
behind?
asking you.
I looked down, it was like 75 miles per hour.
Well, like 75 or it was 75? You're being pretty vague.
Well, the speedometer didn't read in numbers. It's got a number on there with a dial. And when, like you said, when I seen the lights there, I looked down. Well, I didn't just sit there and study it. I mean, I was watching the road and I was trying to
So you
pull
don't know
over.
how fast, you don't know how fast you were going.
I know it was nothing over 75 miles per hour.
But you don't know that. That's what you
Yeah.
believe. That's what you're
No.
telling me you think, but you didn't look at your speedometer. You can't
Yes, I
explain.
did. I did
Okay.
look at my speedometer. It was not over 75 miles per hour.
Okay. I'm finding you responsible today. I don't find your testimony credible, and I believe that the state has met its burden of proving that the ticket was properly issued to you. So I'm finding you responsible for the ticket as written, 88 and a 70. The fine is $160. You have the right to file an appeal and have a formal hearing with Judge Freshour. If you would like to do that, you have 7 days to file the appeal. You can call the court and the clerks will tell you how to do that.
I think that's
Okay,
gonna
we'll
be
see
very
the real
time.
judge in 7 days. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Okay, is that all we had for Tweetmeyer and Smith?
I believe it.
Okay, I think that's all we had for you guys. Thank you.
These Sephora colognes are a scam. Did you know these luxury
Alright,
fragrances
that
cost
wasn't
almost
terribly
nothing
bad.
to
I mean,
make?
he was
David and I used to
definitely
spend so
BSing
much
a
money
bit,
on premium.
but that was
you, ma'am.
mild.
Hello.
1 moment, sir.
All right, Mr. Tulaski, you were scheduled for 9 a.m. I called your case at about 9:15.
I thought I was scheduled for the 26th of April. Go ahead.
Yeah.
26th of April. Okay, so you were scheduled today.
Well,
So that's why you're late, is because you thought it was a different day?
Yes, I thought it was 26th, yeah.
All right. So Deputy Richardson was on the call when I called your case a little bit after 9 o'clock.
Yes.
He is offering you a, can I see his case, his file? I don't know where it is now. Deputy Richardson is offering you a chance to admit responsibility for double parking. Double parking does not carry any driver's license points, and it is $180. You're charged with disobeying a stop sign, which is $130, but 3 points.
Okay, Richardson is a female. Yes, go ahead.
No.
Who is he? Who is
He's
this
the deputy
person?
that gave you, he's the deputy that gave you this ticket.
No. Female.
No. I guess we're talking about a different ticket then. This ticket is from disobeying a stop sign at Carpenter and Stony Creek Road in York Township on March 15th, 2022.
It was a female. I don't know who this person is.
Okay.
She was a black female.
It's a, I
Go
think you're talking about Deputy Richardson, who is
Is that a male?
Yes.
Well, the person
Dang,
that gave me
you
a
got his
ticket was
cases
a
all
female,
mixed up.
unless he was in a vehicle with her or something like
Yeah,
that.
you
Go
know,
ahead. I don't
we
know.
have a problem with your speed if you
Okay.
have so many
I think you're
tickets and
mistaken.
so many violations.
Me?
Not the speed, but
I
other
think you are
things.
mistaken.
You know you're
Deputy
a bad
Richardson
driver
is a black
when you have
male
so many.
deputy. He patrols by himself. So if you got a ticket from a black sheriff's deputy on March 15th, it was from Deputy Richardson.
Oh.
Oh, it looked like a female.
I understand that you think it was a female. I don't think it was. I think you are mistaken.
Yeah. That guy's lost his
Absolutely
mind.
was a female. But anyway, no, I'm not going to accept any offer. I made a
You know
stop.
you're a bad driver
All
if
right,
you
then
get
we'll
your
adjourn- then we
citations
will
mixed
adjourn
up.
this to a different date.
Yes, thank
You
you.
get so many citations.
I thought this was a
commit
practice.
so many violations,
and
you
that's
get them
why I dialed
confused.
in
That's
today.
when you
A
know you're a bad
practice?
driver.
I don't know even, what does that even mean? Practicing for what?
Well, I thought Zoom brought this up and said, here, you take a look at this and take a look at
Sir,
this.
you are just making things up all over the place.
I'm not making things up, ma'am.
There's
I
no,
don't
there's
know how
no
to use
Zoom, there's no Zoom practicing. We're gonna
God.
give you a different court date and a notice
Thank you.
is going to be sent to you. What is your email, sir?
right.
Okay. All right. And your phone number ends in 3232.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you will receive a new Zoom link for the date that this is rescheduled to.
I have video, I can log in now.
Oh, Deputy
Yeah, they're
Richardson can log in
absolutely
right
crazy.
now and show the video for this. So why don't we just do that then, since you're already here?
Okay, I don't know if I can get at it.
What do you mean,
Okay.
get at it? You're already
I don't
on,
know.
you won't be able
Okay, all
to
I
see the
have is
video.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here.
Well, okay, I'll give you the option, all right? I can see, so if Deputy Richardson logs on, I will be able to see his video.
Okay.
And I can make a decision based on that video. But if you want to be able to see the video, we'll have to reschedule it to a different day, and you'll have to figure out how to use video on Zoom.
I got a video of your face and another.
You can see
client.
me. Okay, then you'll be able to see whatever Deputy Richardson shows us. Okay, that sounds great.
I hope.
He's
okay.
logging on right, Deputy Richardson is logging on right now. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I got it.
All right, York Township versus Brian Talaski, 22W001290. Mr. Talaski, this is a ticket issued to you for disobeying a stop sign on Carpenter near Stony Creek in York Township on March 15th, 2022. You have requested to have a hearing on this matter. So if you could please raise your right hand, let me know your hand is raised. Deputy
Yes.
Richardson, I need your hand raised too. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Deputy Richardson will testify first. He is going to tell me why he wrote you the ticket and show me the video, and then you can tell me whatever it is you want me to know when you're done, when he's done, okay? When you're ready, Deputy Richardson, go ahead.
I'm just pulling up my ticket real quick. I apologize.
It's all right.
I'm pulling up the ticket real quick. I do have the video. I just have to get the ticket to load.
Yeah, I think he's got some dash cam video that's going to be shown here.
Take a look. Go ahead. Drinking disregard. The update kit here. Sir, for take your feet in this room. Take the room first. Thank you.
Alrighty, on March 15, 2022, approximately 9:12 p.m., I was in the area of Stony Creek Road and Carpenter Road. I was parked stationary on the northwest corner there. There's a little small auto shop building there, and I was there for the purposes of observing the stop sign and people disobeying the stop sign. On that date, I observed Mr. Brian Pulaski driving a 2004 Chevrolet Silverado, silver in color, as he traveled southbound Carpenter Road towards Stony Creek Road. As he approached the intersection, he rode the stop sign. It did not come to a complete stop, and I then initiated that traffic stop and issued him a citation for that.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and show your video when you're ready.
All right, let's back to here.
I'm not really seeing the video. I don't know.
It's not playing yet, sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, can you see that now?
Coming on, here it is. Go ahead.
Okay, all right.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime.
All right.
Let me see. I think I might have hit the wrong screen. Let's go back. I'll do this. Stop share. Share screen. This one. Share. All right, it's this one here.
All right.
So on the right of the screen, you'll actually see the building in the darkness. You can actually see the reflection of his headlights as he approached the intersection, which will be consistent with him as he continues southbound, where you'll see where there's no stop, he rolls the stop sign.
Okay.
And I'm playing it now. It's only gonna take about 25 seconds-ish. And that's not his vehicle.
It's not him, all right.
Correct. That vehicle's on Stony Creek. This is gonna be him approaching here.
Yep.
Were you able to see that, Mr. Talaski?
No, I don't see it right now, ma'am. Go ahead. Well,
Yep.
can I do
You can't-
play?
You didn't see the video?
No, I haven't seen it yet, no.
Okay. Tell me what you see on your screen?
The blank screen, it says viewed by Richardson.
Okay. Now, what do you see now?
I don't see anything.
All right. So Deputy Richardson is playing the video for me, and you don't even slow down at the stop sign.
I don't see that, yeah. I don't see anything.
You can't see the video. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here's the.
Well, Deputy Richardson was dressed like a female sheriff's deputy on that day. That's true.
He was?
Sure. They all wear the same uniform.
Well, wait a minute, no, okay, now here I have a video. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Can you see the video now?
I see a video, I see lights. I don't know where the lights are. Do they come oncoming or are
Okay. Can you see a stop sign in that video?
37, again, 734, 717, what?
Go ahead. I travel that area since
Yeah, I wish we could see
moving
it.
from Whitmore Lake to Monroe.
Mistaken in several ways. The burden of proving that a ticket is properly issued is on the municipality. Today, that's York Township through the representation of Deputy Richardson. It's a very low burden. It's what's called a preponderance of the evidence, which just means if it's slightly more likely
Yeah,
than
video
not that the
doesn't
ticket
lie.
was properly issued, then as the magistrate, I can and should find the defendant responsible. So I've seen the video. Deputy Richardson has testified, and it's clear to me that you did not stop at that stop sign and the ticket was properly issued to you. So I am finding you responsible for disobeying a stop sign. The fine is $130. You have a couple of choices, okay? You can pay that within 10 days, or you can file an appeal and have Judge Freshour hear your case. If you want to file the appeal, you have to fill out the appeal form and pay the $130 within 7 days. You can call the clerks and they'll tell you how to get that appeal form.
Okay, I'm going to appeal it, and
Okay.
do I go to the courthouse and file for the appeal? Go ahead, you don't know?
Yes, you can file it at the courthouse.
Can I do it now?
Sure. The Saline Court is open today until 4 o'clock.
Oh, I have to go to the courthouse then, right?
You can come to the courthouse to file it. The fine has to be paid as part of the appeal. So if you would like to try to do that some other way, you can call the clerks and they'll let you know how you can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna appeal the thing. Why were they out there that
He's gonna
time? I
appeal.
think they were trying to
Not
write
appeal.
tickets.
He's gonna
And
pay.
my-
Yes, that's
that's
what
it.
Deputy Richardson testified to,
Yeah.
is that a lot of people
And-
don't stop at that stop sign and
And
do watch for that.
Richardson is a male, this woman
Yes.
was a female, so there's some kind of question about that, so. Go
Okay.
ahead. I'll appeal it, and within 10 days, go ahead, or,
7 days to file the appeal.
okay, real fine.
All right,
This works
thank you.
real fine, except for the video. Doesn't show me stopping, just show me slowing down, so, which I do
Okay.
every time. Okay,
All right, thank you, sir.
are we done?
We are, thank you.
Hey, thank you, bye.
You could tell the officer was a
Alrighty.
bit amused.
Thank you.
Oh, shame on you for wearing a woman's
God.
uniform.
I've been told my voice is sometimes feminine. It's okay.
How did he not see your mustache?
It was dark. I don't know.
Well,
All right.
that was fun.
Yep.
All right. Okay, thank you.
I'll see
Have a
you on
good
the
day.
next
All right,
one.
see you later. Bye-bye.